Today on DoodleDrawArt, we're going to draw Elsa from Frozen, and this has been requested by many of you, so I'm going to give it my best shot. I'm starting up here at her hairline, and it's just a gentle M shape. And then, this is the side of her face, coming down to her chin. And the shape of the line is almost like a bottom of a heart, but not quite. Her ear goes over here, and I think I'll have to move it, but I'll just put a line there for now, because then I'll know for sure when I don't like it. So here's one of the sprigs of her hair that's curling onto her forehead, and then we're coming around her head with more hair-shaped pieces. And her hair is pulled back in a braid, but it's wisping over to the side like this. And you can see pieces of her hair that are coming along as they've been pulled back into the braid. So there's some textural lines here. Alright, so I'm going to just put her ear a little bit further back and bring her braid in behind here now. And it starts to come out from behind her head, pieces of braid coming down one by one. And her neck is here, so I'm just going to keep that in mind as I bring her braid up over her shoulder. I'm just drawing each piece of the braid at a time, imagining that the direction that the hair would be coming from out of her braid. It kind of reminds me of bread buns for some reason, cinnamon rolls or buns, just the way they're nestled into each other. So then it's tied off here at the bottom and then just trails off into a point. Alright, so this was the fairly easy part, although not really easy at all. Now comes the tricky part, which means getting her features to look just right. Her tiny mouth and her tiny nose are both very low on her face, and you don't really draw much at all for these, and her nose is long and slopey like a ski slope. And then her eyes are across between her ears here. This is her eyelash. And the top here, I'm just going to draw in her eyebrow, because that will help me get the placement just right. So she's got very dark lashes. The shape of the eye just curves under here and curves over here. And then darker in the corner. These Disney princesses, they wear a lot of mascara. Alright, so across the top here for her eyelid. And then she's got some purple eyeshadow. I'm just going to indicate it with my pencil for now. I'm going to be erasing this, but it'll help me decide if my lines are in the right place. So now her eyeball. That'll be the colored section, and then the black, and then of course a little circle where the white will be. And again, I'm just going to fill this in so that I can decide if I like where the lines have been made. Proportions are really important when it comes to drawing faces. And in this case, with Disney characters especially, the eyes are the most prominent feature. So here's her second eyebrow, curving up and over her brow bone. And her eye, not too close to the other one. And it comes up and down. And again, dark mascara eyelashes. And more lines under her face here. Oh, it's snowing really hard where I am right now. I can hear the plow coming up my street. I'm not sure, maybe you'll hear it too, rumbling its way along the road. And there we've colored her eye in. I'm quite happy with that. Just gonna draw in the line here from her face. And her cheek. Try to get this line exactly the right shape. And then coming under her chin and up to her ear. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit with my eraser. There we go. So just some little tiny lines inside her ear here to give it some detail. There's not much. All right. Get the shape just right. And you can see that her nose is just very delicate. And I've only just drawn the line of her lips here, but she has very dainty upper lip and a little more pronounced lower lip, but not too much. We'll make this look good with some color when we come in with our color after. And then I'll just fix that. I bet you were looking at that all along and realizing that her head shape wasn't quite right. I find when I'm drawing, I'm usually looking at one detail, and sometimes I have to stop, take a look from further away and see if I'm getting things just right. It's easy to get caught up in the small details. Here's her gown. And one of her arms here. I'm not sure if I think that's where that's going to go, but I'll just draw in her body here. And then I'll see that, no, that's going to curve a little bit differently. I think her shoulders. That's a bit better. I'll just change the sleeve on here a little bit too. That's better. Okay, well, I'm going to go over this now with marker for my final lines. I'm just using a fine line Sharpie for this. You might not like your first attempt at drawing any particular characters, because we're all very fussy about making them look just right. I'm sure if I drew Elsa again that she would look different, she maybe would look better. There'd be some small things that I would change. Alright, so we've got it all cleaned up. And now it's time to add color. I'm going to start off with her eyes. I'm actually going to use my fine line marker to add some eye detail here. And then her eyeshadow. A bit of purple. I went to see this movie. I really liked it. But I have to say, no one prepared me that I was going to need tissue. Because it was sad. And I cried twice. So if you haven't seen this movie yet, I recommend you bring some tissue. And so I'm just using a little bit of gray to add some detail, a little bit of shadow. Sometimes shadows are what give the face the shape you're trying to give them. So So I hope you've enjoyed watching me draw Elsa today, and if you'd like to leave a comment below, I'd really appreciate it. And if you could subscribe to my channel, then you'll be able to come back and see some more drawings in the future. Thanks for watching.